the livelihood of people will be held accountable.
Back to the phones. Shelley, independent caller from Fairfax, Virginia. Thank you for waiting. You're on with Congressman Joseph Gao of New Orleans.
Thank you. Thank you, C-SPAN. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
Congressman, I endorse your idea of revenue sharing. I think it's great. And certainly any kind of barrier that can be developed through it would be wonderful. But I guess I want to see if there's some way we can sanction companies that do not that have bad records for safety and for working within the grounds. I mean, BP has been cited before, and a lot of times for problems it's had. What would you think?
I absolutely agree with you. If the company has a record of poor maintenance, of environmental, I guess, breaching of their duty to keep the environment safe, then obviously they have to be sanctioned. And I'm pretty sure that we, as a Congress, we will be looking into legislations to prevent this from happening. And if this were to happen again, obviously to sanction the parties that were involved.
Just so you know, the off-lead in the New York Times, as they report on this, points out that BP considered a broad advertising campaign, but top executives rejected the idea before planning even started. In our view, the big glossy expressions of regret don't have a lot of credibility, said a BP spokesman. Instead, they write, the company has dispatched executives to hold town meetings in the affected region, and it has turned to lower-profile social media outlets to trumpet its cleanup efforts to organize volunteers. Any reaction to that approach?
Well, at this point in time, I believe that we have to do everything that we can in order to shut down the spill and to help with the cleanup. And the more people that we can put together, whether it's federal National Guards, whether it's federal troops, whether it's volunteers from community members, whether it's fishermen, we have to get all of our forces together, make sure that people are working in conjunction with one another to address this problem, because this is a national problem.
Look for hearings on all this next week, and our coverage of those hearings. We'll get you the details as soon as they come out. Delmar, New York. In the meantime, James, Republican. Hi there.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
And thank you. I think that the federal government has really stepped in and did a very good job on this. But I think it's up to BP, basically. I think their damage control system fell down on this one. It basically something the federal government should look into this and see that their damage control should have picked up on this and had something such as a cap or this box that they're building now and expect to get out to site tomorrow. We know that there's going to be more accidents like this, so I think it's up to BP to sit down with, like say, the Navy damage control system and figure out. Basically, when you sit down for damage control, you try to figure out what the greatest disaster could be and how you could prevent this, or if it does happen, like this valve that's stuck closed or opened, they can have something ready. In other words, I would say that they should have these cap, a skull cap or a box. They should have 2 or 3 of these stationed at different locations, so that if something comes up such as this, you're going to have more of these spills. So if this happens, you are right on the ball. You don't have to wait for 2 weeks. If they had this box on shore on a barge, you'd have had it out there in 2 days and had it down there.
Thank you, caller. Congressman.
And I believe that the caller is absolutely right. And as we go forward to push the issue of offshore drilling, obviously these issues will have to be addressed. And we will be requiring companies to have these safety mechanisms available in the event of another spill of this magnitude. And the caller is also right that the federal response has been very good from the very beginning. And I commend the president and his administration flew over the oil spill with Secretary Napolitano and Secretary Salazar, along with the EPA Administrator Lisa Jackson on Friday, and we've been briefed. But at the same time, there seems to me, at least from BP and some of the other parties involved, there seems to be a lack of coherency with respect to a contingency plan in the event that some of the things that they were trying to do would not work.
A little bit more information back to the meeting that BP had with Congress